Alrighty, here we go for homework. Homework is on page 493, and I'm going to do numbers. No, I'm just going to help you figure out how many pints and quarts are these equal to. So that's what I'm going to do for you for number 1. So remember when we did this big G thing, and we know that 4 quarts is in a gallon. And then I'm going to do another thing over there. Inside of a quart is 2 pints, and inside of a pint is 2 cups. And then this tells us that 1 cup, so 1 cup equals 8 ounces. So you'll need to keep this in mind for your number 1 for A and C. So 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. 1 quart equals 2 pints. And let's see, 1 pint equals 2 cups. So, and then 1 cup is 8 ounces. So how many ounces equals a pint? Well, if 1 cup is 8 ounces and we have 2 cups, then 2 cups in ounces is 8 plus 8, or 8 times 2, which is 16 ounces. So you can kind of figure it out this way by this little bit of a cheat sheet. So if you need to put this somewhere on your paper, do that. Very similar to what we learned today with weight and mass on our measurements. This is the measurements we've done before. So I know measurements can be tricky, but that's why we have these lovely little cheat sheets, or these, they're called conversions. So we have these conversions to help us out. So that will be for number 1. Number 2 says there were 4 rooms, and 1/4 of the 56 guests were gathered in each room. How many guests were in each room? What percent of the guests were in each room? So sometimes it helps us to draw a picture. So we know we have 1 room, 2 room, 3 room, 4 rooms. And it says 1/4 of the guests gathered in each room. So 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Another way we're used to seeing this is like this. These are our rooms. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. So if we think about it like this, and we've been doing this, to figure out how many of the guests are in each room, we need to divide 56 by 4. So 4 goes into 5 1 time. 4 subtracted from 5 equals 1. Bring down that 6. 4 goes into 16 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. And we have nothing left over. So how many are in each room? Well, there are 14 in each room. So, how many guests are in each room? 14, and we need to label it because it's asking specifically guests. Then we put a comma. It also is asking what percent of the guests were in each room. So what percent? Remember this kind of like quarters? So if we have 4 quarters, that's 100, right? If we only have, but ask how many were in each room. So if we're only thinking about each of these rooms, well, how much is a quarter worth? So each of these is a quarter. A quarter is worth 25 cents, so it is just 25%. So it works similarly to money, but it's asking percent. So this is our answer. So you need to type 14 guests, then put a comma, space, 25%. And that is your answer. All right, we are going on to numero 6. And number 6 You should hopefully have your book open. Number 6 says Javante weighed 9 pounds when he was born. How many ounces is that? So if we remember our little cheat sheet, which I might have to even go back and look at it because I don't remember off the top of my head, that 16 ounces equals 1 pound. Whoops, sorry. 1 pound. So again, this is good to kind of keep on your paper somewhere so you can look back at it. So 16 ounces equals 1 pound. And he weighed 9 pounds. So we need to figure out how many ounces he weighs. So what did we do before? We multiplied. So we're going to multiply 16 times 9. And again, 9s aren't my strong suit, neither are 6s, so I'm going to do my little trick here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put down the 6th finger, and 6 times 9 is 54. Carry that 5. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 5 is 14. So, how many ounces did he weigh? 144 ounces is our answer. Alright, sorry, this was number 6. Alright, next we are doing number 9. And number 9 says, if each side of a hexagon is 1 foot long, then how many inches is its perimeter? So again, measurements. Hexa means 6. So I'm going to try my best to draw a hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's as even as I can get it. And each is 1 foot. Oops. So this we need to know what hexa means, how many sides a hexagon has. Oops. I didn't label that. Hexa means 6. So perimeter means you add up all the sides. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perimeter is 6 feet. Now it wants to know how many inches. Now we remember there are, 12 inches in 1 foot. Oops. So again, similarly to what we did here, we're just going to multiply 6 times 12. And 6 times 2 is 12. And carry that 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So 72 inches is our answer. Make sure we're labeling what we're measuring by. Alright, number 16 is next. And 16 is, 84 cents. I'm going to do it's 30 times 84 cents. But I'm going to write it, I'm going to do the math. So I'm going to put that 3 there, and this 0 is going to chill out. Remember, he kind of goes away for a little bit. He'll join his friends later. So 3 times 4 is 12. And 3 times 8 is 24. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. There we go. 24 plus 1 is 25. And then that 0 is going to come back and join his friends. Now, it's money, so we can't just write 2,520. That's not money. We need to remember how we write money. So money is usually written something like this, right? We always have 2 numbers after that decimal. So we take those 2 numbers and then we put a decimal before it. And we put a dollar sign in front. So $25.20 is that answer. So you need to remember, some of you I'm noticing are not putting this back in or making sure we have it as money. You need to put it back in as money. Can't just be a number, because math isn't just about numbers. It also has to do with the information they are giving us. You can't just spew out numbers and know that the actual digit itself is correct, but not have the right label for it. Alright, 18 is next. 15 is what we did yesterday. We have 4 on the outside and $15 on the inside. So 15 on the inside. Now I'm going to take the time, sorry, hopefully you can see this, to write my $sign up top and put my decimal up there already. 4 can't go into 15, so I'm just going to do this to know where my digits are going, where my numbers are going. So 4 goes into 15 3 times, because 4 times 3 is 12. Then we're going to subtract. And 2 minus 5 is 3, right? Nope, yep. 3. And 4 goes into 30. Let's see. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. 7 times, because 4 times 7 is 28. 28 subtracted from 30 is 2. Bring down that 0. And 4 goes into 20 5 times. Sorry, hopefully you can see that 5. And 4 times 5 is 20. We have nothing left over. So our answer then is $3.75. So $3.75 is your answer. And 2 more. We're going to do number 25, which is, let's see, I'm going to do 25 right here. And I know it's not the neatest, and I like you guys to be neat, but I also only have a limited space for my whiteboard. Or, it's a small whiteboard. So, 25 says 5b equals 10 squared. So 10 squared is just 10 times 10, which equals 100. So 5b equals 100. And 5b is the same as 5 times b. So again, to figure out what b is, we have to do the opposite of what that is. We have to divide by that number. So we put 5 on the outside, 100 on the inside. 5 can't go into 1, so it can go into 10. And I'm just going to do this to help me keep my numbers nice and organized. And I'm probably going to run out of room, but that's okay. 5 goes into 10 2 times, because 5 times 2 is 10. Bring down that 0. Sorry, 10 minus 10 is 0. Bring down the 0. 5 goes into 0. 0 times. 5 times 0. And sorry, we got nothing left over. So our answer is 20. You're just typing in 20. I know I usually do b equals 20. But yeah, the answer you type in is just 20. I didn't put the b in there. Alrighty. 27 says Mona turned a quarter turn clockwise. Then she turned 2 more quarter turns clockwise. Altogether, Mona turned how many degrees? So this one, if you have another problem like this in the future and I'm not doing it with you, it tells you that it's from lesson 75. So go back and look at lesson 75 if you need it in the future. But here we go. So let's just assume that Mona is facing this way. And it says she turns clockwise, and clocks go this way. And remember, we kind of, if it's a quarter, it's a 1/4. So I'm going to draw a circle here. So we divide it into quarters. So she turned one way that way. So she did 1/4 turn clockwise. Then she turned 2 more quarters. 1, 2. So how many degrees? And remember, these are all 90 degrees. So she turned 90 plus 90 plus 90. So, sorry, now she went this way, and then this way, and then now she's facing this way. So she went all the way around here. So if she went 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, we can either add up 90 3 times, meh, or we can do 90 times how many? 3. And again, this 0, he's going to go chill out someplace. He'll rejoin his friends later. And we can just know 3 times 9 is 27. And then that 0 can join his friend. So how many degrees? 270 degrees. And I'm going to write down here. Now we can't do that little degree symbol because I don't know how to type it up. So we just spell out degrees. And that is that. On number 29, you don't have to do A because it just says write a rule that describes the relationship. You don't have to write the rule. There is no 29A on your worksheet. So don't do 29A. Don't do it. But you do have to do B. So that is that. Let me know if you have any questions. Please ask me questions. I know you guys ask questions when we are in class, so I'm here to answer your questions while we're still doing school. So please ask me questions. I know your parents are able to help, but I am here to help also, so you can always ask me questions. I can always reteach something that you're struggling with, or go over it like I would in class. Whatever you need. We can FaceTime, or not FaceTime, sorry. We can Google Meet, and I can do it with you there and help you out. Whatever you need, I'm here to help. So please ask for help, and that is all.